you. All right, Capricorn, let's get into your reading. So, the message coming in strong today is this, and I need you to hear it closely. Tomorrow is going to bring you something unexpected, a call or a message that shifts everything around you. This is not something small or passing. This is the kind of moment that redirects your entire path. The energy around you right now is already building toward it, and the cards confirm this completely. The anticipation in this spread feels thick, like the air before a storm decides to finally break. There is a shift at your doorstep, and it is much closer than you even realize today. Something has been forming in the background quietly, and now it is ready to reach you directly. Your life has been building toward this point for a while, and every card here validates that feeling. The first card sitting here for you is the Tower, and this one speaks volumes in this reading. The Tower does not arrive gently. It comes in fast, and it reshapes whatever it touches completely. This card confirms that what is coming toward you tomorrow, it carries real weight and real significance. It could be one phone call, one single message, and suddenly the entire picture looks different for you. What the Tower reveals is that the foundation beneath your situation, it has already started shifting underneath. You may not see it yet on the surface, but underneath everything is already moving into new position. That call or that message is the moment where the old structure finally collapses and makes room. The reason this card landed first is because the universe needs you to understand what is happening. Whatever you have been holding on to lately, it is about to be replaced by something much truer. The Tower is not punishing you or bringing chaos. It is clearing debris so you can finally breathe. That notification sitting in your near future, it is the catalyst that cracks the old ceiling wide open. Once the Tower moves through, nothing returns to how it was, and that is the gift. Nothing about your situation stays frozen after this card. Everything around you begins to shift and open. The next card coming through is the Ace of Wands, and this one lights up the entire reading. This ace represents a brand new spark, something igniting in your life that was not there before now. Whatever lands in your inbox or rings on your phone tomorrow, it carries fresh fire and real momentum. This is not recycled energy from the past. This is something entirely new entering your world with intention. The Ace of Wands does not appear for stale situations. It only arrives when something truly new begins. That confirmation alone tells me the information coming your way, it holds a genuine spark of transformation. What makes this card so powerful here is that it follows the Tower, meaning destruction births creation instantly. The old pattern had to collapse first, so this new beginning could find a place to land safely. Your next chapter is not waiting on permission from the past. It is being written already. Fresh momentum is attached to whatever reaches you tomorrow, and the Ace of Wands does not play small. Then we have the Page of Swords, and this is the clearest confirmation of that incoming message tomorrow. The Page of Swords carries the energy of news arriving, communication landing at your feet swiftly and unexpectedly. This person or this situation has been gathering courage to reach out, and tomorrow the timing finally aligns. With this card present, this person has been sitting on words, holding back what desperately needed releasing. The page confirms that the message is fully formed. The decision to contact you has already been made. You are not imagining this energy around you. The universe has been orchestrating this exact moment for weeks. The Page of Swords is sharp and deliberate, meaning the words reaching you tomorrow will carry pure truth. There will be no guessing about what this person means, no confusion about the weight behind their message. This communication carries real purpose behind it, and the cards want you to stay open when it arrives. All three cards in this opening spread point toward the same truth.
Okay, let us go deeper into this because your side of the story needs to be heard.
You have been carrying a heaviness inside of you lately, and most of it stayed unspoken. There is a weight sitting in your chest, like you have been waiting for something without knowing what. Part of you already sensed that a change was near, but you kept dismissing that gut feeling. You told yourself it was nothing, that you were overthinking, but deep down, you knew better. The exhaustion you have been dealing with is not physical. It is the weight of unanswered questions. Your mind has been running in circles for weeks, replaying moments and wondering what they meant. The confusion did not come from nowhere. It came from caring more than you wanted to admit. You kept a brave face for the world, but inside you have been quietly unraveling at the seams. The first card on your side is the Queen of Cups, and she reflects your inner world perfectly. The Queen of Cups says you have been absorbing everything around you, every signal and every silence. You feel things at a depth that most people never reach, and that has been draining you slowly. Your intuition has been loud, screaming that something is shifting, but your logic kept resisting it. What the Queen of Cups confirms is that your emotional radar has been accurate this entire time. Nothing you sensed was fabricated. Nothing you felt in your gut was exaggerated or imagined at all. You just could not trust it yet because you have been let down before, and that guard stayed. The vulnerability sitting inside of you is immense, and this card sees every buried layer of it. You want to believe that things can change for the better, but a cautious voice keeps pulling back. That inner conflict between hope and protection has been consuming you, more than you even realize. Your emotions have been swinging between longing and detachment, never fully resting in either one for long. The Queen of Cups reveals that you have been processing alone, keeping your deepest feelings completely hidden. Nobody around you knows the full picture of what you carry, and that isolation weighs on you heavily. The next card we have is the Four of Swords, and it explains where your mind has been. The Four of Swords shows that you have been mentally drained, like your thoughts have no off switch. You have been lying awake, replaying conversations, rethinking choices, and second-guessing your own instincts. Your mind desperately needs stillness, but the noise inside has been too constant and too persistent lately. You keep analyzing every detail, trying to find certainty, but that certainty has not arrived for you. The Four of Swords confirms your overthinking comes from caring deeply, not from being irrational at all. Your emotional investment in this situation is real, and the cards recognize how much you have poured. You are not weak for feeling this deeply. You are feeling exactly what this moment requires of you. The weight of not knowing has been the hardest part, and the cards see that burden clearly. The fatigue in your spirit is real, and the Four of Swords validates you have earned true rest. Rest does not mean giving up on what you want. It means trusting what is yours will arrive. Following that, we see the Star, and this card speaks to the quiet hope you have been protecting. The Star says a flicker of belief lives inside of you, something you have been guarding very carefully. Even through the doubt and the fog, you never fully released the idea that things could still change. That tiny flame of hope has kept you breathing, even when everything around you felt uncertain and heavy. The Star confirms your faith is not naive. It is rooted in something genuine that the cards recognize. You have been holding space for a shift without naming it, and the Star honors your quiet patience. The Star does not appear without reason. It arrives specifically when your hope is about to pay off. What the cards reflect on your side is a soul who feels everything, questions everything, and still believes. Your emotional landscape is raw and open, filled with longing and guarded hope sitting beside each other. The exhaustion and the anticipation live in the same breath for you, and the cards acknowledge that fully. You deserve the clarity heading your way, and your heart already senses that something is about to land. Now let us dive into this, because their side holds a depth you have not seen yet. This person has been living inside their own emotional storm lately, and none of it has been simple. On the outside, they may look composed, but internally there is a war they cannot seem to settle. Their feelings toward you have not faded. They have actually grown much heavier with every passing day. The silence between you and them has not been emptiness. It has been a form of true torment. They have been replaying conversations in their head, dissecting every word and every missed opportunity between you. A deep ache sits at the very center of their chest, and it traces directly back to you. What makes it harder for them is the fear, the raw and paralyzing fear of being too vulnerable. The first card on their side is the Moon, and it pulls back the curtain on their confusion. The Moon says they have been walking through fog, unable to see their own emotions with any clarity. Their feelings are tangled in layers of doubt, insecurity, and a fear of being fully exposed to you. This card reveals they have been deceiving themselves, telling themselves everything is fine when it is not. The Moon confirms that beneath the surface calm, there is a tidal wave of emotion they keep suppressing. They wake up thinking about this connection, and they fall asleep with the same unresolved weight on them. What the Moon makes undeniable is that their confusion is not about whether they truly care at all. The depth of what they feel has frightened them because it goes beyond anything they prepared themselves for. They did not expect you to take root inside them this deeply, and that realization has unsettled them. Their pride has been the wall, standing between what they feel and what they are willing to show. Every instinct in them is pulling toward you, but their fear keeps constructing barriers out of silence. The weight of their own feelings has become exhausting, and they do not know how to carry it. The next card coming through is the Knight of Cups, and this one speaks to their emotional longing. The Knight of Cups reveals a romantic undercurrent, one they have been desperately trying to contain inside. They carry feelings for you that border on devotion, but those feelings stay buried under layers of caution. Their heart has already chosen, this card confirms it, even though their mind has not caught up. The Knight of Cups does not appear for surface-level attraction. It appears for deep emotional investment only. What they feel for you is not casual, it is consuming and persistent, and it refuses to dissolve. They have rehearsed reaching out to you more times than you know, drafting words and then erasing them. The longing in them is constant, and the Knight of Cups confirms it has reached an overwhelming pitch. They are terrified of rejection, and that terror is the only force strong enough to keep them quiet. Without that fear standing in the way, they would have already laid every unspoken feeling at your feet. The Knight of Cups confirms their truth is deep, sincere, and aching to find its way to you. Their emotional surrender is closer than it appears, and the cards pick up on that tension very strongly. Then we have the Seven of Cups, and this card exposes the mental maze that keeps trapping them. The Seven of Cups says they have been overwhelmed by scenarios, imagining every possible outcome before acting. They picture how you might respond, what you might say, and that mental spiral keeps them frozen still. This card confirms their hesitation is not a lack of feeling, it is an overload of it completely. The Seven of Cups shows they have been fantasizing about a future with you while fearing it entirely. Their imagination runs wild with both the best and worst possibilities, and neither one lets them rest. They cannot stop running through every single version of what might happen, and it keeps them paralyzed. What the cards reveal on their side is a person drowning in feelings they cannot organize or quiet. Their emotional world is chaotic and consuming, built entirely around what they feel for you and this bond. Fear and desire exist in the same breath for them, and neither has won that battle just yet. They are caught between craving your presence and protecting themselves from the weight of truly having it. Everything inside of them points toward you, and the cards confirm that truth without any hesitation at all. So let us see what is happening next, because this part is entirely about action and movement. This person is no longer sitting still. Something inside of them has finally clicked into gear. The internal debate that held them frozen is dissolving, and a visible shift in behavior is coming. They are crossing over from hesitation into resolution, and that transition is already happening now. What you are about to witness from them is not gradual. It is sudden, and it is deliberate. The cards confirm a line has been crossed inside of them, and their actions will begin to follow. A visible change is arriving in how they show up, how they communicate, and how they pursue you. The waiting period is collapsing fast, and what replaces it is direct and intentional forward momentum. Once this energy locks in, there is no reversing the course. The cards confirm active forward pursuit. The first card here is the Eight of Wands, and this card is pure speed and acceleration. The Eight of Wands says events are about to unfold rapidly, with very little warning or buildup. This card represents messages being sent, calls being made, and decisions being executed without hesitation. The Eight of Wands does not allow for more stalling. It pushes everything into motion at once. What has been hovering in the background is now launching forward, and nothing is slowing it down. This person is preparing to reach out, and when they do, it will happen faster than you expect. The Eight of Wands confirms that the contact heading your way is not tentative, it is committed. They are done circling from a distance, and this card shows them stepping directly toward your life. The timeline in this spread is compressed, meaning the gap between decision and action is razor thin. No long buildup or drawn-out approach is coming. The Eight of Wands delivers everything in one burst. That call or message may land at a moment you least anticipate, and it will arrive with force. The urgency behind their next move is unmistakable, and the Eight of Wands shows them acting decisively. They are no longer mapping out risks or weighing options. They are choosing to move and committing. Every delay they created before has expired, and the momentum building around them cannot be contained. The stalling that once defined their behavior is gone, and what remains now is pure forward drive. The Eight of Wands is one of the fastest cards, and it confirms immediate forward motion ahead. Their feet are already pointed in your direction, and the card shows the distance between you shrinking. The next card we have is the Chariot, and this confirms that forward motion carries real determination. The Chariot says they have locked onto a direction, and nothing is going to pull them off course. This card represents willpower in action, a focused drive that overrides every excuse they once had. The Chariot does not appear for passive choices. It appears when a firm decision has been locked in. This person has chosen to stop retreating, and the Chariot confirms they are actively moving toward you. Their approach will feel grounded and confident, not scattered, but locked in and purposeful from the start. The Chariot tells me their next step involves direct communication, not hints or mixed signals from afar. They are preparing to say exactly what needs saying, and they plan to hold none of it back. What separates this moment from everything prior is the conviction, the refusal to stay stuck any longer. The Chariot confirms they have gathered the courage to act, and that courage now drives every next step. You will notice a clear difference when they come forward. Their energy will feel focused and unmistakable. Their presence will carry real weight when they arrive, and you will feel the intention behind every word. No ambiguity remains in their approach, and the Chariot strips away every last trace of indecision completely. The direction is set, and the decision is final. The Chariot does not allow turning back. Both cards point to the same outcome: rapid and deliberate action headed directly toward your doorstep. The momentum in this spread is undeniable, and it all points toward one single destination, which is you. The Eight of Wands brings the speed, the Chariot brings the resolve, and together they confirm movement. What is coming from them is not a half measure. It is a complete step forward entirely. The cards leave zero room for doubt. This person is acting, and you are the reason behind it.
Now, let us go into it, because what they are hiding goes deeper than you realize. There are confessions trapped inside of them, words that have never once been spoken out loud. This person carries a secret emotional world dedicated to you, and they guard it with everything. What they show on the surface is only a fraction, a carefully controlled version of the truth. The reality they keep locked away is far more intense and consuming than anything they have hinted. They have imagined a life with you in ways that would catch you off guard, completely and fully. In private moments alone, this person lets themselves feel the full weight of what you mean to them. Inside the quiet of their own mind, they have already confessed to you words their mouth refuses. These are not fleeting daydreams or casual passing thoughts. These are deeply carved emotional blueprints of you. The first card in this spread is the Nine of Cups, and it reveals their deepest hidden wish. The Nine of Cups says, you are what they want most, and that desire sits at their core. This is not a passing attraction or surface craving. This is a soul-level wish they carry daily. This is the wish card, and it confirms you are the exact wish they refuse to name. They have fantasized about hearing you say you feel the same, and that fantasy consumes them nightly. What they secretly want is full and undivided access to your heart, with nothing standing in the way. The Nine of Cups confirms they dream of a reality where the walls between you two finally dissolve. They imagine waking beside you, building something permanent, and never having to let go of it again. That desire has roots so deep that pulling it out would mean dismantling who they have become entirely. You are woven into their private vision of happiness, and they have never admitted that to anyone. The Nine of Cups shows they have wished on this connection in silence, over and over, without stopping. Their confession is not just that they want you, it is that they cannot picture fulfillment without you. Every version of their ideal future includes your presence, and that admission terrifies them beyond all measure. The thought of losing you permanently haunts them, and they bury that fear deeper than anything else. They guard what they feel for you more carefully than anything else in their entire quiet existence. They are afraid of how permanent you feel inside them, because nothing else has ever settled this deep. The Nine of Cups does not appear for temporary wants. It appears when desire becomes a fixed truth. What they carry in secret is a longing so vivid it has already taken shape inside their chest. The next card we have is the High Priestess, and she unlocks confessions they refuse to volunteer. The High Priestess says they know exactly how they feel, and no confusion remains inside of them. Their silence is not uncertainty, it is a deliberate vault built to protect what they consider most sacred. The High Priestess confirms they hold a truth so fragile they fear speaking it will shatter everything. They believe that voicing their feelings into existence might curse them, so they swallow every word instead. What sits behind their silence is not coldness, it is reverence for what they feel toward you. They treat their feelings for you like a prayer, something too sacred and fragile for ordinary air. The High Priestess shows they have journaled about you, prayed about you, and bargained with the universe. In moments nobody else witnesses, they talk to the version of you that lives inside their thoughts. They rehearse confessions in the mirror, in the shower, and in the seconds before sleep takes over. The words never spoken to you are fully formed, polished by repetition and aching to finally be heard. The High Priestess confirms the depth of their hidden truth. It would leave you speechless if spoken. They want to tell you that you changed something fundamental inside them, something that cannot be undone. They want to admit that no one else occupies that space, the territory you have claimed permanently. The confession sitting heaviest on their chest is this: you are irreplaceable, and they know it fully. What the cards show in this section is a person carrying an unspoken love letter inside their ribs. Every hidden desire, every swallowed confession, every silent wish, all of it circles back to you completely. No words have felt sufficient for what they feel, so they carry it all in total, devoted silence. Okay, let us go ahead and get into it because your near future is looking incredibly powerful. The first card for your near future is the Ten of Cups, and this is absolute emotional fulfillment. The Ten of Cups says what is coming toward you carries deep, lasting, and genuine happiness with it. This card represents union, contentment, and the kind of emotional completion that changes your whole landscape. The connection you have been waiting on is moving toward a place of genuine harmony and mutual devotion. The Ten of Cups confirms that what unfolds next between you brings warmth, stability, and real togetherness. You are stepping into a season where love stops being a question and finally becomes a living answer. The fulfillment you have been craving is not distant or uncertain. It is actively forming around you now. The emotional reward on the other side of this shift is more beautiful than you ever imagined it. Following that, we see the Six of Wands, and this card brings recognition and emotional victory your way. The Six of Wands says you will be seen, chosen, and celebrated by the person this reading describes. This card confirms the outcome tilts in your favor, and the validation you deserve is finally arriving. The Six of Wands does not appear without earned triumph. It shows up when patience has been rewarded. What has felt invisible or overlooked will now be acknowledged openly, and that shift will feel undeniable. You will finally feel the recognition you have earned, and that moment will carry deep emotional significance. These two cards paint a near future filled with emotional reunion, mutual recognition, and lasting deep peace. Now for your advice card, we have Temperance, and this card asks you to trust the divine timing. Temperance says, do not rush what is already on its way. Let it arrive at its intended pace. Your only role right now is to stay balanced, grounded, and open to receiving what has been building. Temperance confirms that forcing the outcome will not serve you, but surrendering to the flow absolutely will. Trust that every piece is falling into place behind the scenes, even when you cannot see it moving. The advice is simple. Breathe, stay patient, and know that what belongs to you cannot miss you. Patience is not passive waiting here. It is an active and deliberate trust
in what has been arranged. Now, let me bring this full circle, because the message today has been deeply important throughout this reading. The message that came through today was this: tomorrow you will receive a call or a message. That call or that message is going to change everything. And the cards confirmed this from every angle. Let me walk you through every card that appeared, because each one carried weight in this reading. The Tower opened with sudden change. The Ace of Wands followed with a fresh and fiery new beginning. The Page of Swords confirmed a direct message heading your way, carrying news that shifts your entire path. The Queen of Cups revealed your emotional depth, and the Four of Swords showed your mental exhaustion. The Star held your quiet hope alive, reminding you that faith in this connection has not been wasted. The Moon exposed confusion and hidden feelings on their side. The Knight of Cups showed deep emotional longing. The Seven of Cups confirmed they have been overwhelmed, unable to settle their own thoughts about you. The Eight of Wands brought swift forward motion, and the Chariot confirmed determined action heading your way. The Nine of Cups revealed you are their deepest wish. The High Priestess unlocked their hidden confessions. The Ten of Cups promised fulfillment ahead, and the Six of Wands brought recognition and earned victory. Temperance closed this reading with divine patience, reminding you to trust and let timing unfold naturally. Every card in this spread pointed toward one truth: this connection is real, and it is shifting now. What is meant for you has been set into motion, and nothing can redirect it away from you. You are worthy of the love that is approaching, and you are ready, even if doubt whispers otherwise. This reading confirmed from every direction that love is not leaving. It is arriving at your door. Trust what the cards have shown today, and carry that certainty with you into tomorrow and beyond. Thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate your time and your beautiful energy today. Sending you love and light, and I will talk to you very soon. Take care of yourself always. The Ten of Cups says what is coming toward you carries deep, lasting, and genuine happiness with it. This card represents union, contentment, and the kind of emotional completion that changes your whole landscape. The connection you have been waiting on is moving toward a place of genuine harmony and mutual devotion. The Ten of Cups confirms that what unfolds next between you brings warmth, stability, and real togetherness. You are stepping into a season where love stops being a question and finally becomes a living answer. The fulfillment you have been craving is not distant or uncertain. It is actively forming around you now.